Matthew Pyatt is Huddersfield manager. I couldn't have predicted it. He's previously managed Cardiff, Derby and Brighton. I couldn't have predicted that either. Not only that, he's not that bad, which is the weirdest part of all. We play Huddersfield today. This isn't just me randomly looking at Matthew Pyatt. So then, folks, welcome back to a big episode today, Manchester United, and we'll talk you through how we got there in just a moment. But since we last met in the 4-1 defeat to Hull, when we were looking a little bit worse for wear, things picked up a little bit before that defeat to Bolton, but wins over Nottingham Forest and Bristol City saw us get back on track immediately. 5 goals from Osterdahl in those 2 games. He is banging them in, although he's injured today, and we'll talk about that in a moment as well. Pat Street then scored against Bolton, but it wasn't enough. We lost 2-1 to them. They're really rubbish, so that was really annoying. A 4-1 win over Middlesbrough. That is probably the biggest shock of the season so far. They're a Premier League side. Tom George decided, I'm having none of this, and Lazaro, a 7.7, saved a penalty, and from that point onwards, we scored 3 goals and got ourselves the win. Very good indeed. Then a 4-3 win over Sheffield Wednesday. Lots of goals, folks. You can see lots of goals are happening. Tom George back-to-back rivies. I mean, that's something to enjoy. I'm sure it is. And then Newcastle, Reading and Cardiff, 3 back-to-back draws, a 3-3, a 2-2 and a 1-1. It was planned. You know, it looks nice, doesn't it? And then a 2-1 win over Bournemouth. Again, a very good result for us. Tom George and a late goal from Tyler Davis, one of the players we signed pretty late in the window, got himself the goal. Won't feature against Huddersfield, but hopefully he'll be fit enough to play against Manchester United. And the reason he's playing is because, as you can see from the squad list, we've got a bit of a situation. 3 players suspended. Ryan Cummings, Kane Morris and Andrew Murray all unavailable. And Osterdahl there as well. You see 2 to 4 weeks with a strain, won't feature. But his finishing's gone up to 12. So, apples and oranges. He's also got 18 goals in 13 games. He scored that many last year, so I think he's back. Now, the system for today's game is a bit strange, and if you are a tactical expert or football manager, don't watch this episode. It's only going to annoy you. Reed is in goal for this one. O'Kelly's going to come in at right back because of this injury we've got to Kane Morris, or suspension, sorry. Edmund and Holmes, the back two, they're very formidable back two. Do you know, I'm very happy with the both of them. Holmes, of course, the guy from Liverpool who's been brought in, and then Edmund on the other side from West Brom. They're a very solid duo. I'm very happy with those two. So they're going to be our back two, hopefully for the foreseeable. Parkin is going to come in at left back. Brian Parkin, of course, most expensive transfer in Thames history. I shouldn't laugh at it. It's just a bit stupid, isn't it? Like, oh, whatever. He's got 2 assists though. Smith to play front. This is where people are going to get frustrated and agitated. Deep line playmaker, advanced playmaker. Just trust me, right? We've not lost in about five games, so just believe in it. Pat Street is going to play as the Mazzala. Tassel comes in on that right central midfield role, and Foster in the advanced midfield role, or attacking playmaker role. The reason for that, of course, is because Ryan Cummings is suspended. Hopefully be back soon. I think is it 1 more game for him? 2 more games, 1 more game? 3 matches. Okay, right then. I say 3 matches. I'm not sure actually how long he's banned for. I can't remember now. And up front then, we've got Tom George, who has been on hot goal scoring form, 11 in 14 in the league, and of course got 6 so far in 3 cup games, so he's looking pretty good as well. And then Miller, who's not a natural target man, but it's the role that I play, so I'm tempted to put him in there. He's 6'2", so he can certainly do it. Of course, the guy we got on loan from Wolves, great composure, great decision making off the ball, finishing superb, and he's very, very pacey in attack as well as some good strength. So he should be okay. Jumping reach and heading ability, not too bad. He should fare okay as a target man, especially being 6'2", 13.5 stone as well. He's a big old boy, is Alex Miller. So let's get into this then. Manchester United to come, of course, our senior affiliate. Beating Middlesbrough was the biggest shock, but then getting Manchester United in the 4th round, away from home as well. Money. Huddersfield's going to be a tricky game. They're in 14th. We find ourselves in 8th position currently with a goal difference of 5 because we score a lot and we concede a lot, and we've got 5 draws. So this could be anything today, folks. We're away from home. I've got no idea. I'm not going to lie as well, right? Seeing the kit there and then knowing I have it, I can't. I'm not even funny, folks. I will never get bored of this. Oh, it's so nice. Should we put it on? Let's put it on. Come on. Okay. Am I officially a Thames player now? Is that how that works? I've kept my t-shirt underneath. That was a mistake. But here we go. I can kiss the Thames badge if needs be. But here we go then. Huddersfield versus Thames. Game on. I have to take him out of the... I can't have that many loan players. Oh, kiss on go. I'm sorry. I'm wearing a Thames shirt. I absolutely bloody love it. Okay, then they are playing a 4-4-2. We're playing the 4-1-2-1-2. We're playing the diamond. I don't love the 4-4-2, especially. Are they good? Sheldon up top. Sheldon and Dobson. Crime fight. We've said it before, Ben. That never stops me, though, does it? Saying they're a crime-fighting duo. Let's face it. All right, team talk-wise, I'm tempted to get aggressive here. The media hasn't given us a lot of credit lately, so go out there and put on a worthy display. Never said that before. We'll see if it works. And then assertively say, I've got faith. I'm saying it with some certainty. I feel so attached. Be sure that if you do order one, if you've got any questions about it, do tweet me at Dr. Benji. But if you do order one, make sure you tweet me a picture of you with the kit. That's what I'm looking for. So I can have, I might create like a bit of a wall of people with Thames kits, because I think that'd be amazing. So the first chance of the game, we're playmaking it up to Miller, who has got to do some nice hold-up play, and does so. Dazelle now into Stevie Foster. It's ball played forward though. Dobson on it. We've seen the front two, fast and dangerous. That's their nickname as a crime-fighting duo. As now Carter plays it into Bruce. We get in on him just about. I'm a little bit concerned that we're a bit too open here, but a challenge goes in. As they come down these sides again. Sheldon ball in. Dobson across goal, and an easy finish for Huddersfield. A decent goal too. But a lot of the possession early doors, but not creating any chances. Are we too playmaker in the centre for this sort of game? I'm going to make him a deep line playmaker on support, and then change them up to a ball winner. We've played that sort of system before. I do think we are maybe too creative, if you could be too creative. Also, Stevie Foster not in a natural position there, so I might shift him back if we're getting a little bit overrun. We lose the ball out in the middle. Dazelle there not doing his best work, as now Sheldon brings it forward, blocked and played forward, and they're getting a lot of space out wide. It's because we don't. People have pointed this out. It's obvious to me, but it's about how we dominate games. This one is not one of those opportunities. 15 minutes gone, 2-0 down, getting slapped here. All right, Foster's going to sit in the centre instead. It's a similar system, but hopefully Street and Dazana will help our fullbacks a little more. That I'm going to put both actually on a more defensive duty. Kelly actually prefers being a defensive fullback. Parkin might do as well, so yeah, that makes more sense. Smith with a free kick, plays it up towards their area. We are getting, Huddersfield are obviously underperforming this season, it feels like, as we do get a nice challenge in there, though, as we eventually lose out. And without Altidale right now, folks, we are struggling. Oh, a ball forward to George. Maybe a little bit of damage can be done. George! Oh, that should have been a goal. Chance for him as well. I don't know if it's a clear cut, though. It's just nice to see us having shots, viewers, if I'm honest. Dobson and Sheldon, I pinpointed them beforehand. They are both better than any players in my squad, so I can kind of understand why we're losing. Doesn't make it any more bearable. We've played teams that are better than us before and beaten them, so that's what's the frustration. Although I realise we've had 3 draws recently. That'll mean we've won 1 in our last 5, which is not as impressive, is it, as unbeaten in 5, which doesn't look like it's going to be the case. As we get to half-time, Thames drop down to 10th position, and we go again. What do you say? I was aggressive before the game. It didn't work. I'm going to go cautious. That was absolutely terrible. The performance was extremely poor. They love it. It seems strange, doesn't it? They love it. They love being told they're dreadful. I think the balance of our midfield, without Cummings in there at the moment, maybe we should bring McDonald back in. It's not fantastic. I'm going to bring him in for Dazelle, actually, who I think, because of his... I don't know if he can keep up with the pace of the game. That's arguably why he was released from his former club. We've brought him in as a bit of experience, but in games like this, where Huddersfield seem to be quite an athletic side, you look at some of their players, it's dangerous. And when you're trying to play a controlled sort of style, it's not working so well. We're going to go more attacking, even with the defensive system. Our fullbacks, because they're undefensive, should stay back. It allows our creative players to get forward a little bit more, maybe support Miller and George a little more. And right now, that seems to be what we need. Pat Street is having not a very good game. He's on a booking. I'm gonna bring Beard on. Problem is, I've got no one that can play on the right side. So this is going to be... I'm going to play him up there on his own, essentially. I've done this lots of times before. I'm not... did you see that then? He just kicked it against his face from a yard away. We've won it back about time. Street gets it into Smith. Will this be an opportunity? Maybe so. Foster into McDonald, who's just come on. George was there. It's nipped away, though, and maybe this is actually going to be a counter-attack, and we could fall behind. United to come, remember. This is not the way you want to prepare for a game against such a big team. Ball played forward, Dobson again. The pace of these two, flipping. It's like watching Altidale and Rodgers in their prime. 3-0, we're getting one hell of a beat. I'd say we're getting one hell of a beating. If you look at the stats of the game, lots of possession, more shots, not on target necessarily, a half chance, and our pass completion's very good. So the system we're trying to play is working. In this game, it's not going so well. I think our record this season in front of you lot is dreadful. Last year it was pretty good. This year, not so good. Is this where we beat United? That'd be nice. There's a chance for them. 45 seconds to go. This could be our chance. Oh, Kelly, what's he going to do? To Beard. This is the moment. Look at us break forward. We all look so confident. Oh, dear. Beard's running it into the corner. Ball played in. Oh, it's... Well, the connection from Stevie Foster there was minimal. If we'd have actually connected with it properly, that might have given us a chance. We dropped to 11th as well, but a very tight championship middle. Brentford on 13. They're quite a way away in the relegation zone, so I think we'll be clear of that this season. But, again, this could be a very similar season to last year. I think because I've got used to so many back-to-back before, I'm going to say unlucky boys, because I've got used to so many back-to-back wins, promotions, it's getting to that point now where when it's not even close to happening or feels quite far away, I wouldn't say I'm demoralised, it's just different, isn't it? Maybe I shouldn't have put the Thames shirt on. Maybe that was when I went a step too far. Problem is it's quite soft and I don't want I don't want to take it off. Alex Miller yet to score for us. We're paying him a fee. He's played as a sub for most games, so I can't judge him quite yet. It'll be interesting to see whether we start him in the next one with Tyler Davis coming back into the team. I think Tyler Davis is likely to start against United. But a big game coming up, Manchester United. First time we've played them in the series, so here we go. Now, Street can't play, which is interesting, because I don't think he'd have been able to play anyway, because he's Manchester United's loaned. But he's out. He's suspended, because, well, that's what happens to our midfielders this year. Oh, brilliant. As I go to rest them, Parkin and Miller can't play because they're cup-tied anyway, and Pat Street suspended. So it's a good situation to be in, isn't it? As we play Manchester United, who I'm hoping don't take us seriously. I started this episode in quite high spirits. I'm now feeling quite sad. Now, the worrying thing in the last game was that we didn't even score. So we need to hopefully change things around a little bit. We can go to a slightly more full-strength side. Foster is going to step up for Cummings, though. Kane Morris is going to be back in the team as well. He's been a really good addition, actually, this season. Kasongo is going to have to replace Parkin, who can't play. Pat Street's going to have to step out. We'll now bring Steve Foster into a central area. Him and Dezell are going to switch around. We need to try and figure out the central midfield situation. Steve Foster's going to go back to his more attacking central midfield role. I guess we'll put him on a support duty. I don't love him in there. Scott Burgess is going to play instead, actually, in that deep line role, because I think it probably suits him more. No, we can play him as a support player. That's what... actually, no. McDonnell. I'm setting on McDonnell, because we've played McDonnell and Foster lots of times before. I've finally come to an idea. Tyler Davis is indeed then going to replace Miller as a target man, and I think that's going to set us up for what is probably our strongest possible 11 available to us, at least. It's a shame Altidore can't play in this game, because he performs against these big clubs. Okay, he should probably go on the bench as well for MC Clark. Lazaro's there too. We played Lazaro recently. I'm tempted to play him again, but it's Manchester United, so we'll go with Reed, who is first choice, and first choice for a reason, you would assume. All right, we're going to try and play a control style. We're not anywhere near as creative in the centre. Now I can play these boys in the middle. We're not full of playmakers anymore. Should give us a bit of a better balance. The problem, of course, we could have played something similar to this last game, but I wanted Stevie Foster to be the player in behind the two. Okay, then this is Manchester United. The problem is, I recognise players like Tommy Bradshaw. I've seen these names, and I know they're good. I say that. I'm looking through some of their central midfielders. Like, I tried to get Julian Gonzalez on loan, and he turned me down because he just wanted to stay and play for United. Anthony Arnold there, he's 19. Flipping heck, he's very, very good, isn't he? Okay, they're not bad. Yeah, they're not bad. Who manages United now? I think it's Emery, right? Am I not mistaken in that? Yeah, Unai Emery is their manager. Previous to that, Jose Mourinho, 10 years. Mad. Okay, at Old Trafford, for the first time, Thames make the journey up north and just don't get absolutely hammered, boys. That's all I can ask. Let's try and keep this as competitive as possible for as long as possible. Although, traditionally, against the bigger sides, you've seen it in the past, we perform relatively well. So let's see if that's going to be the case today, as the first highlight of the game is us keeping the ball. We look a little tentative doing so, but it's nice to see at least. Cummings is on it finally. He's a very composed player at this level. As George finds his way through, he should have scored, shouldn't he? Come on. Tom George, that was your moment, mate. As it's a throw-in now, we're only 6 minutes in here. This could get... I'm worried. Oh, my word, they've given it away. Tom George, he's in again, maybe. The chances are going Thames' way. Tom George to the byline. McDonnell's there. You are taking the mick game. Come on, really? Post, bar, it's a bit of everything. Corner to Thames now. We are dominant. As we've hit the bar again. This can't be happening. We have had so many good chances in the first 15 minutes against Manchester United. It's a chance for them now. Finally, they've come forward with it. And if they score straight away, that is Poppycock, innit? They've had one chance and scored one goal. After all the pressure we've put on in those early stages, we've hit the woodwork 3 times, 2 clear-cut chances. Oh, we're so unlucky. Admittedly, right, we played dog-awful against Huddersfield. I've not seen us play that badly all season, I don't think. And then to come to United and start so brightly and not capitalise... I said I would have scored. That's all I could think. All right, we're back in possession again. So far in possession, we've looked really good. We've got more possession away at Old Trafford. Tyler Davis, Cummings is there. It's a chance, isn't it? It's an opportunity. I feel a little bit... play on, boys. Come on. As we get to half-time, pretty even so far. Thames have got more possession. I passionately say, look, you know as well as I do that the first half wasn't good enough. That's not even true. It's time to dig in and give everything you've got, and they just don't care as much as I hoped they would. Look, I'm saying they weren't that bad. They're actually really good. Maybe I should say I'm very happy with your effort in the final third. Tyler Davis didn't love it. All right, I actually believe that at 1-0 down, we are very much in this. Performance-wise, we've looked just as good as they have. And the difference in their goal scorer, right, he's unbelievable. Half an hour to go. We're still in this control, flexible style. I'm debating, obviously, to go more attacking. I don't want to change it, though. I think this 11 are playing pretty well. I think at some point we have to go more attacking, right? There's only so long we can play this controlled style. Although it's looking good for us, 15 minutes to go, I've got to go more attacking. I can't not. It's that situation. And I worry now our fullbacks will become a little bit more exposed and all of that sort of thing. But if you don't take the gamble away at Old Trafford, when can you take the gamble? I mean, they're 1-0 up already. As I guess if we were drawing at this point, I definitely wouldn't do that. The ball goes forwards. Apud plays it in. Bradshaw's there. Beats Reed. It's so... Something I don't like about Foot Manager is as soon as you make that sort of switch, there always seems to be a goal against you. And it's like you're clicking the button as, oh, we've opened ourselves up. It makes more logical sense, and they score. But it feels so systematic. I'm not a big fan of it, really, as Bradshaw scores. Damn. What an effort as well. I feel like we had such an opportunity to do something pretty phenomenal today, and it's not quite come off. Imagine if it had been 2-0 up in the first 5 minutes. We could then control the game, defend the lead, but we've just not had the opportunity to do that, really. Steve Foster's had a poor game as well. I mean, it's players that are probably way above his station. It makes sense, but it's just disappointing. Again, I started this episode with such high spirits. We're on a decent run of form, and it's all fallen down. All right, well, that's a big shame. Manchester United 2, Thames 0. I mean, are you ever expecting to get anything this United? Probably not. Financially, though, that should be quite good for us. I don't know how many people were in attendance. Can we check that? I think we have to leave the game to find out. But yeah, was that a lot? They get a lot usually, right? That would have been the quarter-final draw in the Carabao, so that would have been pretty impressive. You see there, 2-0 defeat, 78,000 in attendance, 1,100 away fans, or nearly 1,200. I quite like that. Thank you for the Thames Massive for turning up. And there we are then. That's a bit of a shame because I feel like we had the chances. I'm never going to forget the time we nearly beat Man United. Hopefully in this series we'll face them again and remember this game. But that's going to bring us to the end then. Disappointing with the 2 results. Next time we shall meet, let's take a look. When can that be? Maybe the December period. We'll try and pick some games which we're more competitive in. Rotherham, Brentford, that sort of thing. Maybe Birmingham in there as well. And hopefully you'll join me for it. If you enjoyed today's video, please do leave a like. If you want to see some more, subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you again for more. That just looks a bit sad. No goals. We didn't even score a goal today. I can't believe it. I mean, someone can go back through, check. Is this the first episode we've not scored a goal in? I mean, it's a lot of research.